Yo, what up? What up? Appreciate y'all for tapping in and joining today's or tonight's show. It's getting a little late on the East Coast, but we got a good one for y'all, man. We got a good one. I think y'all gonna enjoy it. Let's hopefully it stays productive, but I can't promise anything. But I'm just going to introduce my partners over here. So Riri, what it do?
What is up? What is up tonight? It's been a long week, and I'm excited about tonight's conversation for sure.
I hear that. Yeah, long week for sure. I just got back myself from a little trip. So I feel you on that. Marie, what up? What up?
Hey everybody. My week is actually going by pretty quick. Pretty smooth over here so far. So I hope everybody else is enjoying their week. And I'm excited to debate with Mr. Glenn on this conversation.
See, she called you out, Mr. Glenn. What's up, Mr. Glenn?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, Mr. Glenn holding it down for us all week on Spaces. He keeping it consistent and it's always spicy. Y'all need to join us on Spaces every day, about 10:30. Crazy, crazy. Brandon, what it do?
What's up, y'all? Man, I'll tell you one thing. Spring is springing right now, bro. These oddities are killing me, but I'm here, bro. Made it another week.
You ain't lying, man. I guess you can't do Benadryl. That make you go. That's sleepy, right? You can't do that. That's like
Yeah,
not
that's
ideal for
that'll do
working.
that. Yeah, that'll knock you out.
Yeah, Claritin. Deuce, you with us? Deuce might join us at some point.
Uh, nah, I can't. I gotta. I got. This might get a little out of hand. I gotta protect the brand. I
Well,
catch
I'm gonna
y'all.
let you know right now, Deuce. I'm here to represent for the men. There will be no doubt.
You got them two strong women. Then you got it, and he got the URE profile pic. Have fun, CeeLo.
Oh man, I can't promise nothing, but we gonna try. We gonna try. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's we felt like just kind of spicing it up a little bit. It's Hump Day. I mean, it's Wednesday. Um, it's always something going on in today's society when it comes to genders. And I gotta be careful about that word too, because isn't genders more than yeah. See, we already starting off on the bad foot. But women versus men. I guess I should say natural women versus women. Yeah, whatever. So you know, talking a little bit about about that and what that represents in our society. And we've been kind of seeing a little bit of that lately, right? We talked a little bit about it last week with our friend Diana Rossini, who has experienced a little bit of that. I think a little bit of that impartiality when it comes to how we decide to treat some women in that particular space. Um, and then we talk about some other stuff too, but like I'm gonna start there, right? I'm gonna start there, right? So in terms of women versus men in general, right? Like, what does that mean to you, Marie? Like when you think about that particular subject as a woman, does it even cross your mind when you go into a place with mostly men or mostly women? Do you feel better, safer? Like how does that impact you?
Well, I'm definitely not in competition with men. Um, so this is weird. I'm not really a gender wars type of person because that's just not really my personality. But I don't look at myself as if I've ever or ever will be in competition with men. Um, a space that's meant for me. I'm going to carve that space out for me, and it's going to happen. I'm determined, I'm strong-willed, and I'll put the work in for it to happen for me, even if I have to create that space for myself by creating my own business. So that's how for me. But as far as how I see other women, yeah, primarily in the workspace, it is competitive. It's competitive as hell because a lot of women don't get the same opportunities that men are gifted with because they're men. We do not make the same amount of money on the dollar as women don't make the same amount of money as men. I think it's like 84 cents on the dollar, in comparison to men. And then we're not even going to consider how much black women make, you know, in reference to white men or white women. So it's different. We live in a world where life is also it's just not fair, and it is what it is.
Nah, I mean that makes sense. I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna touch on that a little bit when you talk about women and their earning power in certain spaces. What do you think about that though, Glenn?
Man, that's a real funky subject, especially for me, because I'm old school one, I'm ex-military too, and then I work in the construction field, dominated by men. Um, so when it comes to men versus women, like not that I don't see women as a competitive force in those fields, but like to me, it's like it's almost like there's no competition in my field, so I don't even look at it as a men versus women thing. That may sound chauvinistic, but there's no competition to me. You know what I'm saying? So especially being old school, when I look at it from that light, it's like men are the breadwinner winners and women are the supporters. And I know it sounds so misogynistic, but like I don't see women as a competition in my field per se. Now, say if I was in a different field where we were on equal playing ground, then yeah, it would be different. Um, and I can
So when
see
you
that as. Go ahead.
so when you
I
say
did
your
that. Hear
field,
me out.
you're talking about like when you was in the military, and then now in your space when it comes to like, I know you kind of dabble in private contracting, and you feel like that's just not something you even think about when it comes to women.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I was in the house flipping business and I was the project manager for this multi-million-dollar company. I had a contractor whose sister um, would always go in and do like the drywall or just a little small work like that at the end of when we're closing off the houses. I ran into her a few months back, CeeLo, and she's got her own business, still in the same field, and she's running the whole show. It's her and the people underneath her. Um, but I still don't look at her as like competition because she's in a different field. She's doing her own thing. It's so fast. Um, I do feel though that women are just as competent as men and can run, not as many things we can do, but run, jobs just as well as we can, um, in their lane. Not to sound like a chauvinist, because some lanes women can't be in. And it is what it is. We're
Like
physically
like like what kind of lanes?
like ship rigging. Like I seen this dude bringing in an anchor, drill pressing on the oil rigs. I can't see a woman doing those jobs. I don't see them being physically strong enough to do those jobs. I don't even see a lot of men being physically strong enough to do some of those jobs. It takes a particular type of person to do certain things. So
I'm okay with that because I would never want to do that.
Yeah, but just because you've maybe never seen or you don't know anyone, you really don't know, right? I think it comes down to maybe if you know someone that works on the oil rigs, because I've seen some women, I've seen. well, y'all know what I do too, right? And my job, wasn't hard before as a mail carrier, but and of course I transitioned into a different career, but I kind of see that too, like the whole, you know, the gender thing when I walk into a unit now. But either way, when I carried mail, like first of all, carrying mail isn't hard, right? It all comes down to the weather or whatnot. And some routes maybe have more packages, this and that, but for many years, it was almost like a battle between me and a couple of my male coworkers because I just felt like they weren't pulling their weight. And here I am, a female, and like doing like triple work. And I don't know if they was just like they were just lazy or what. I don't know. But I just felt like, like why me as a woman and why am I working, harder than you? You know what I'm saying? Or it could be where it was just one of those instances where like, well, I'm not gonna put in the work because you're just gonna do it anyways. You know what I'm saying? But like now that of course I've transitioned into management, um, I see that when I walk in, to a unit where it's a male supervisor, like they kind of don't, they're not very like attentive. As far as like maybe a woman supervisor where, they're very eager to learn and they're just a little bit more welcoming than the men are. Because right now I'm a level 19, they're a level 17. So I don't know if it's the whole like I don't know. It's just
Seniority or
yeah, seniority type thing, or there's or even some that are on the same level where like men don't, you know what I'm saying? They like you can't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like they feel like
uh,
you're
it's
like
all like
beneath them.
superior. Yeah,
Yeah,
they feel
yeah,
superior.
that's the word. Superior, and a lot of that comes in some cultures too, right? Where just well, like a woman has her place, and really you can't either talk to me in that way, or you don't know as much as I do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's tough, Riri. Because while you were talking, I promise you, I was thinking, could I work for a woman in a male-dominated field? And as long as the woman could do everything that the man could do, then yeah, I don't think it'd be a problem. The only thing is, though, I think women have to fight harder for their respect than men do when you're working around a bunch of men.
No, I believe that definitely.
So I'll tell a quick story. So when I was in high school, and some of y'all, who live in the area, um, may remember this. So, so local grocery store, Giant Food, right? That used to be like a big deal in the DMV area. They kind of got bought out. It's now like everything now, right? You got a bunch of different options now. Back then, it was Giant, right? So my mom used to work there part time. So I was like, oh, I need a job. So she was like, well, I'll get your job, right? So I said, go find me, the highest paying like part time job I could find. It was at a bakery. All right, so I'm not talking about a regular I'm talking about they used to have these mega bakeries that would do all the baked goods. Like, you go to the grocery store today and you see, the croissants, you see, the different cakes. Sometimes they make a cake for you, specialized, etc. Well, back then, everything was made in this like centralized bakery. Then they would ship them out every day. So that all these trucks would roll out to all the different, Giant Food stores like every day at like 5 in the morning. So so I got a job at the like central bakery, and it was like an industrial place. You had the chefs up top doing all the ingredients and mixing a big mixer. They had these huge equipment and machines. It was probably 400 people there. So I'm just a kid. I'm like 15, I'm like 16. I got a little work permit. 16. I go in a little line, and it's like they used to make these like powder donuts, just regular powder donuts, like you get from Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. And you gotta be on an assembly line. You gotta take your joints off the assembly line with the little plastic gloves and like with your fingers and put them in the little boxes quick. So I jump on the line. I'm like fumbling. I'm like, and the little lady knocked me out. She said, "Get out the way," and she just started doing her thing. And she was rolling. Now she probably doing this job for about 10 years because these like a union people. This is like some blue collar type stuff. But she was, her and all those ladies were the best at all that stuff because that's just what she did. And then and it was everything from the at the top, with the heavy machine. She was, got the mixers, and they had ladies up there, they had fellas too. It was probably like almost like 50-50. So all that to say, that was the first time in my life as a young male, I was like, dang, this woman can do something better than I can. That kind of like, it was one of them kind of like epiphany moments for me because, as a young dude, you just, like you said, Glenn, you just don't even think about I can do anything. And then this lady came in and was like, yeah, your little homie, you really in the way. We gotta meet a quota. And so that's just my first experience of kind of a little bit of like, all right, there's some things I can't do for real. Like that's just like, whatever, for whatever reason. And so yeah, I chopped it up to something quick. But yeah, DM back then they had this, that was like the store was giant, and everyone used to like shop there, grocery shop there, and that's where you got all your baked food, goods and stuff like that. But Brandon, like, what's up? What you think?
Hey man, it's crazy that you know we have to have these conversations um, because it happens where I don't know, like I was following the conversation and not like intimidation or whatever, but it's just wow that we have to have these conversations because some people, man, are strong in their beliefs, and that's what it's about. Like some people really believe man is better than woman and stuff like that, and oh, I ain't working for you know what I mean. And it's crazy that we in 2026 and still have to have these conversations and stuff like that. So that's just where I'm at with it, man. Like never really worked in those type of fields. Like usually where I work at, it's usually a balance of men and women. So I never really experienced it, but knowing my wife, the position she holds, you know what I mean, things of that nature, and how she has to be stern with especially men when it comes to you know certain laws and everything like that in the field she's in. So yeah, man, it's sad that we still here in 2026. That's basically
There's another thing too. Like I believe in signs in the universe being connected and whatever. And it's funny. I came across this video on my feed today. If you go to my profile, I made a little comment. It really wasn't much about the whole topic, but it's a conversation about the matriarchy and patriarchy in America, and how fair or unfair women are being treated when it comes to pay, equal pay, and stuff like that. But Smokey, there's another thing that we haven't touched on yet that I think is important when it comes to women being in a field dominated by men, and that's the fact that you're gonna have, no matter where you are, you're gonna always have that one group of guys. If the woman is anywhere near attractive, then that's gonna become an issue with those guys right there. They'll be distracted. They'll start murmuring amongst the other men, and it will always become an issue. There'll always be underlying sexual overtones that get in the way as well, and it's unfortunate.
yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
Yes. So
That wait. It's funny that you say that because you must not realize women talk the same way, especially when you work in an office setting and then there's that one attractive
Talk
guy.
about it. Talk about it.
It's it's the same exact thing. It might be worse,
But do
but
you think? I'm glad we're here because I mean we need to talk about it. Do you think? And because of the fact that this whole Diana Rossini like label thing, right? Do you think women are more prompt to get favors um, moved up in the ladder in those settings versus men?
Yo,
no,
Glenn, hold
no.
on, hold on.
so so
Yeah,
so
Just
no,
so
No,
honest.
no, hold
no.
on, hold on, hold on. Wait. To that, I have a real good buddy of mine. When he's trying to close a deal, he sends his wife to those meetings, to those closings. These people that he get these contracts with don't even know what he looks like because he feels that, if he goes into a room dominated by men, they're going to cave in. And that's his thinking. He's well off on
That's a
So
whole
is
psychological thing.
so is that saying like men are just driven by the presence of women in some cases? Period.
They've been known to start wars and crumble nations.
Because to your point, Marie, like you can crush on a dude at work, but is that the same as a dude crush on a woman at work? Is that the same?
It's really the same
Yeah,
because
why wouldn't it be?
it's just
Because we're talking about, you know, mostly and most in a lot of cases, right? Outside of some very unique ones, you know, industry is dominated by men.
So the man would be in the position of power in this
Correct.
scenario.
Correct. Like the what a man want. Like I mean, if
Bro,
it's
let
genuine,
me say this right there. Let me say this, bro, because it's coming to my mind. I do these trainings at my job, right? We go through like sexual harassment trainings and it'd be like an hour long, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's always in the scenario, I'm just gonna throw names out there. Jim harassing Jane. But the scenarios never be Jane harassing Jim in the workforce.
And that's to CeeLo's point. Like, it's because it's dominated by men in this scenario
Hmm,
of
okay.
the
but
crushing. Like
but
the man is
what
usually
if
in
you're
charge.
in the same type of position? What if you're not? What if the your male counterpart is not, your
Well,
boss?
I look at it like this, right? We're all human, and y'all are single, whatever. Even married people get attracted to their work wife, work husband, or whatever, right? But in a lot of scenarios like that, there's usually clauses where you can't have any type of fraternization amongst employees and stuff like that. So those are the risks you would take if you try to move in on those. But I don't think if you're in the same position, a man should be able to exercise any power over you, um, trying to get like type favors type stuff because y'all are in the same position. But however, in the CeeLo scenario, if he works over you and he knows you're crushing on him, they can take full advantage of that, will they?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was just saying like uh I know we be talking about a lot of shows and movies and stuff, Glenn, but like I mentioned it, there's a show on Apple TV called You and Yourself. I think it's called You and Yourself. To do with Mad Men in it
Hmm.
on Apple TV. But the situation was he's getting divorced, not officially you divorced yet, but getting divorced. He's at the bar by himself, just having a drink, minding his business. Bunch of quote unquote kids, so let's say like 30-year olds coming, because he's like in his mid 40s. 30-year olds come in, the shorty comes over to him and just kind of start crushing on him. They work in the same company. They realize they work in the same company. And right in the first 5 minutes of conversation, stuff happens. It escalates, as you can imagine. A week later, his boss brings him in and said, "You fired." She don't work for him. They're in a whole different reporting structure, but he's like the guy. He was like one of the head guys. You know what I mean? But she didn't directly work for him. But in his, in his contract, he's not supposed to fraternize. Period. But it was very genuine. Like she liked him, he liked her. It was no like impropriety. It wasn't like weird. But that's why I say like I think to Marie's point, yeah, it's cool because it happens a lot. Like I think women crush on men, men crush on women. It just depends on like the dynamic, and if y'all are, if again, because I think I was reading a statistic, like half of married couples, I mean like a big percentage of married couples met at work. They either met at work or met where they live in their neighborhood. Like there's a very strong correlation between work or home, church, places that people frequent. And so I don't think like dating is not uncommon at work. It's just about like how you guys are, on that
Yeah,
totem pole.
I think I think I'm not surprised with that statistic at all. I think men and women crush on each other at work all the time. I think the problem is when the people in charge use that power against the people that they take advantage of people in said situations. And I think that happens a lot across the workforce.
100%. I mean, I've definitely seen the whole, women only dating men of certain status, trying to, get that promo.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, so you know what's crazy about that? Like, especially at my job, like when you have like supervisor, of course, I work for the post office, and that's very common, right? Between
mhm.
carriers, getting together, or even management with the carriers. But like, with that being said, like when the men supervisors do with the with the carriers, that's not so much frowned upon, right? And some of them get promoted, but if it's a female supervisor and she's having relationships with the carriers, well, that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll get demoted, they'll get moved around, but the guy basically gets promoted, which is
sounds like
crazy.
Vrabel and Rossini, don't it?
Yes, and when you said that, I was like, oh my God, that is exactly what goes on, in some workplaces. You know what I mean? It's almost like, oh, oh, it's just because he's a guy. But when a woman does it, it's like, oh my God, oh, calling her names and all that good stuff. So yeah,
it's really not equal, Riri. Like that's
no,
why I say like like we try to pretend that men and women are on the same level, and everyone's just kind of respecting everyone. But you can see it in this Rossini stuff, right? Like people are literally right off rip just clowning Rossini because she's has a little bit of history of saying some wild stuff, and they completely go in on her. And like very few people cared about Vrabel and his
It's
transgressions,
it's almost like they high five at Mike and they torch you,
Yeah.
bro.
They're like, of
You know what
course,
I'm
Mike.
saying?
Yeah, like, yeah, of course, Mike. Of course, that was Rossini's husband that sent over a private event. Like, how do you know it ain't Vrabel's wife? She might be tired of his old big head behind.
Hmm.
It's just. I think it's subconscious. I mean, I'm not gonna try to give anybody any like excuses, but I think a lot of people just go straight to the woman and frown upon her when stuff is going down.
Just because
Women
we're
are
not
supposed to
supposed
be
to be
more
whores.
virtuous. Women are supposed to be more virtuous. Men are dogs. It's common for men to have sidekicks and whatnot, but
I'm
it's
not.
frowned
I guess
upon.
I'll ask it. So do women cheat?
Absolutely, women cheat.
Absolutely not.
I know black men don't cheat.
Black women do not cheat.
I know.
Yeah. So are we having an honest
oh,
conversation, or we
CeeLo, me and
just
you can have a conversation. We know women cheat.
are
We
we
know
having an
women.
honest
We know
conversation, or we
women
just
cheat.
saying shit? Like, excuse my friends. If we have an
Yeah.
honest conversation, yes, both men and women do cheat, and women are better at it. But I think a woman, and I could be wrong, don't get me wrong, unless she just like hot in the pants, I think a woman has to be pushed to cheat,
But
right?
even before you get there, though, like Glenn, I think, and this goes into the dynamic of I think this goes into the power and the patriarchy of men and women. When a when a man, if a man happens to cheat or to be, even if it's not cheating, if it's like pushing up against the line, there's somewhat of grace sometimes with that, depending on the guy and all that kind of stuff. I feel like when a woman happens to do something like that, the world is over,
Yeah.
and usually the man on the man's side can't take it.
Is it your ego?
I don't. I mean, it happens
Uh,
It's
in
bigger than
relationships, right, Marie?
yeah, definitely an ego thing.
Like if a man cheats in a relationship, he'll try to like smooth it over and like, baby, please, I won't do it again. But let a woman cheat one time, and like his world is ending,
it's not even
regardless of how
cheating.
many times he cheated on her. She cheats on him one time, it's a death sentence.
She can, in some cases, she can just be smiling at a dude, or
Yeah.
she might have texted some. It could be just a lead up. like the buildup or the perception. And that would sometimes be almost equal to cheating, for, because I think there's a natural dynamic between men and women where that just isn't that's just not an even in 2026. It's like the Rossini thing is like, let's say she is cheating. Like the way that we're choosing to treat her versus Vrabel is like insane.
That part.
You mean
That part.
the media?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the
no,
media.
everybody, media, people, I
They
mean,
treat her like a
Not
everyone.
not me.
pariah.
Maybe not you, Marie, but like a lot of people are really not they just going in on her. She's just like a
Bro, they're
joke.
bringing up all of her past, the transgressions, and
It's like
stuff
Scarlett.
that
I mean,
might not even be transgressions, but they're over amplifying everything she's done in the past few years. It's crazy.
right.
That's the world we
I
live
don't
in.
know, but it's like, what if she was just joking, like in the past?
That's what I'm
That's just
saying.
That's what we're
it's
saying.
just
We
her
agree.
personality. It's like
I totally agree.
she can't joke.
Yeah, I think it was all tongue in cheek, but like
Yeah.
people are running with it now because of what's come to light recently. And I, not that I defend her and Mike, but we don't know that they really did it. Maybe this was a build up and they was finally about to get their chance to do it and cameras got in the way or something. I don't know, but we don't know what really happened between them. It's all speculation at this point.
It's all speculation. But that's the point, though. Glenn, I mean, all we saw was a like a half hug, helping out of we saw some very. And I'm not saying I'm not admonishing. I mean, I'm not like giving her any grace. I'm just saying like that's all we saw.
Right.
Like we saw very very little interaction to make that leap, and she lost her job over that.
Yeah.
Do you think they fired her?
I
No,
mean,
And
I don't.
I know she
no,
resigned, but do you think it was encouraged for her to resign?
No,
absolutely. I
I
think she was
don't
like tired.
because I think that when they came out with the statement, they standing by her. I really think they are. As far as not their employers, maybe social media, because if you read her statement, it's like she was bullied into resigning.
Mm.
But I don't think it was from the company. I
But
don't think the
also too,
athletic
how
fired her.
what I feel like too, like why did she resign? Like because she was bullied into it. You know how like sometimes maybe was some truth in it, and why she felt like because if you're remember if you're innocent, you're gonna stand your ground.
Most
So
likely they did.
why did she
Yeah.
resign? Is there some truth in it? And is she just maybe don't want, maybe her family to get her, his family to get her, whoever, right? Or maybe there's more. Like you said, we just saw a picture. We don't know what happened behind closed doors, right? And so maybe they don't want other stuff to get out, or she doesn't want other stuff to get out. And that's maybe she's doing it, to save face because she did it.
I think in my I thought about that too, Riri, and that's possible. I just think in some industries like reporting or insiders, like your whole reputation, it's all about your reputation, and it's all about your like your ability to people to confide in you, and tell you stuff that no one else knows, right? So I feel like when you have that, you need that needs to precede you. That your integrity or like your word of mouth, that your word is bond. And then as soon as you start to show some cracks in that and people can't trust you, which is what people were saying, I feel like maybe she was almost like, I have no choice. Now she could fight it, and like you said, she could fight it and say, "Yeah, I'm not quitting." She could have put out a statement and say, "You know what? I don't care what y'all say. I ain't going nowhere. I'm a professional. I didn't do nothing. My husband loves me, blah blah blah." But I don't know if sometimes you just gotta like cut your losses. So I don't know. I could see both sides, but I just think in some industries like that, or like if you're a lawyer, certain professions, you ain't got that much grace. Where if you're not dealing with that, you could probably have more leeway. But I don't know. It's unfortunate,
And
but I think
and was
you
it
know.
because she was a woman,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I wish we could do a social experiment and this was a dude, which we kind of have seen this before, right? We've seen, Tiger Woods, we've seen, the dude in the Michigan dude, he did kind of he got the worst of it. But
Eric
we've seen
Swalwell is going on right now. Eric Swalwell, Congressman, California.
Oh, he got caught up?
Well, they're saying he sexually assaulted women.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Several women, actually.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, our own president, right? President
yeah.
Clinton. President Clinton, right? He was caught red-handed and lied about it and got impeached, but uh, was like quickly forgiven, and people loved him ever since until the day last day of his office. So anyway, yeah, I
Because he
think it
was
is a
cool. He was a cool
because he
president.
could
But
play the
in
saxophone.
today's world,
Saxophone.
right? Where does where does DEI play into today's world? Like in the workforce, no matter what field it is, because everyone's included with that, right? So why are these things still happening at an all-time rate if everyone's supposed to, it's all inclusive? You know what I mean? Everyone's equal, apparently.
Because they're not equal.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
everyone
got
going into the DEI world.
so I got
DEI
some.
is over.
Well,
I mean, it's since workforces still go by it though. Some workforces.
yeah, private industry can still, you can still employ it. You just may have issues federally. But like, so I got some statistics, right? So 41% of men, 41% of women get college degrees compared to like 38% of men, right? So more women go to college than men and graduate and get a degree, but only 10% are CEOs. Only 30% are board of directors. Men still run every industry for the most part. Even the beauty and health and beauty industry, men run that. So they run all these industries without the education, without the experience, without. But you see what I'm saying? So I think that's where all this comes from. To your point, B, like, yeah, I think uh, the data shows that although women have these formal trainings and they have all the aspirations to be great, they can't quite get there.
Mhm.
It's just interesting.
We can't get there, or we haven't gotten there yet.
How much more time y'all need?
I mean,
It's been since like I think the 20s or 10, I don't know, about 100 years.
It's not that you haven't got
I
there
don't even
because of
think I think I don't even think it's
your
been 100 years.
shortcomings. It's clearly not because of your shortcomings.
I
But
think we're approaching 100 years here.
Yeah,
So
maybe
I think
closer
it's
closer to
uh,
yeah, close to 100 years. Not quite.
it's weird.
Not quite.
Because some stuff, I don't even look at it from a perspective of me as a black woman comparing myself to anything like white people have accomplished. I only look at it from a lens of where we have come as black people and what we have accomplished and where we need to go as a people. So because we're already behind the line when it comes to everything. So I can't, some of that stuff is it's I was listening to this guy the other day and he was just saying how he was born in 1975 and he's the first person in his family who's fully free post civil rights. And I really understood what he meant. Like when I talk to my grandparents and they talk about living in DC and how it was Jim Crow segregated and how, their birth certificates say Negro and colored. It was a different era. So I have to give us as black people some grace as far as like work and accomplishments and, you know, and getting to where we want to be as a people and not
I feel that.
comparing us to white people. We're not white.
I feel that.
And I
Yeah.
feel that too. And for me, it's a little bit different. Like just knowing where I come from and the way I grew up and just kind of where I am right now. I feel like I've accomplished a lot. right? And there's not a lot of really Hispanic women really in high positions either. So,
Mhm.
I'm proud of what I'm doing. So,
Yeah. So as far as where we've come as a people, and say it was civil rights, say it was 1968 when we became whole people in this country, where we could vote and do stuff. When was it? The end of the 70s, when women were allowed to everywhere in this country to get loans, housing loans and stuff like that. So it's just, yeah,
Right.
it's still going to take time for certain things for us to happen, for us to accomplish as women. But they're definitely fighting for that shit.
I believe I read somewhere there's still like states in this country that require like approval for certain medical procedures by your husband or your father.
That's
You
insane, and
know,
that's why I live in Maryland
what? It's probably
yeah,
Texas. I'm not gonna lie.
or Florida.
it's I don't know, it's one of them obscure states like Tennessee or something like that. But yeah, it was a couple of states that they may not enforce it, but yeah, it's definitely evidence of that. To your point, now that's a good point. The black thing is a whole nother, or non-white thing I should say, is a whole nother conversation, right? As you stated, um, our achievements are great, but some people feel like the civil rights movement and that's kind of what maybe have set us back in a sense. In a sense,
Well, if this is going to sound insane, but my grandparents would say it was better when it was segregated because we were more community based as a people. So that was just their opinion.
yeah, there's
I
plenty of
I
theories.
I
And
hear that
go
from
ahead,
one
Brandon.
side of no, I was about to say I just say that from one side of my family.
Do you feel like the majority of your family or friends or family feel like segregation was by and large a good thing?
Yeah, still to this day. Of course I never lived it, but yeah, one side of my family is heavy. Community was thriving, stuff like that. Guess it all depends on the situation. But inner city, like city versus rural area could have like play a difference, stuff like that. So it all depends.
Yeah, I think uh, I do. I mean, I think in some instances, like the segregate. I mean, the issue about segregation was about funding. We want access to the same, resources as everyone else. The problem is we still didn't get access, right? There's still barriers. There's still, Jim Crow. There's still, there was still Jim. There was still a lot of barriers to accessing loans, home loans, funding. Schools weren't properly. We just talked about it on the space the other day, Glenn. You talked about it with HBCUs and not getting the right funding. So, although the civil rights era on paper was supposed to do all of that, we still needed to fight, and to this day are still fighting for equality in certain spaces. I think that's what people say when you segregated. You already knew what the deal was, so maybe we could have, projected to become more independent, create our own, sources of wealth. We'll never know, right? But that's the argument, I think. Like the Black Wall Street, like the Tulsas and stuff like that of the world.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I just
I
totally
just looked some up.
changed subject, and I
Yeah, no, I
apologize.
was looking at like the wealth gap, like between men and women. They say like you're in the six-figure range. 68.6% of men, you know, take up that tax money, six figures or more.
You said what tax bracket?
You a low,
Like,
you a
if you
low,
make
Brandon.
six figures or more, 68.6% of men, dominate the high income bracket.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, someone I think I don't know, I can't remember who it was. Someone said never had a woman supervisor. So I've had women supervisors before. Uh, my last woman supervisor, no, second to last woman supervisor, she is the breadwinner in her family. Her husband is a stay-at-home dad. They have two kids. He does nothing other than I would take care of the kids. Um, she breaks him off an allowance, all that stuff.
What's the problem?
Could y'all do that? Would y'all be in a relationship like that?
My,
Now I know.
no. Let me tell you, my wife's the bread. But I still provide. You know what I mean? Like she makes more than me, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I still do what I do. You know what I mean? Like that's you.
Right.
I don't
Me,
think that's what he's asking, Brandon. I think he's
yeah, I know.
saying,
I'm not
could you
saying.
stay at home? Could you stay at home and cook, watch the
I mean,
kids,
I
take them to
cook
daycare,
for me. I do that
not
anyway.
take them to daycare, but like, do
Be a
everything,
stay at
all
home
those
husband.
things. Yeah, a stay-at-home
I
husband. Not
I
a
mean,
not you still bring in home,
so let
because
me
you
say
still
this.
go to work and bring money. It's just be a stay-at-home
Let me say
husband.
during COVID, we've had that conversation. Uh, me, you know what I mean, just leaving my job, and it was her idea. Leave my job, just stay at home with the kids. You know what I mean? School, let's homeschool the kids. We've had that conversation, and I was just like, no, like I still need to feel like, like, what is my worth in that situation?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
relying on you to pay me an allowance weekly. Like no, like I still need my own. So nah, I can't be the stay at home dad. Not like nah, not
So it's not really what yours is mine and mine is yours. It's not. You see it more as it's all hers and you need something separate for yourself.
yeah, like you know what I mean. She worked hard for that. I don't need her to sit up here and pay me out of her check. And I know I'm doing what I mean what I'm doing, but at the same time, you know what I mean. It's joint. Like we pick the kids up. You know what I mean. We rotate. You know what I mean. Stuff like that. Like yeah, it's just different. I don't know. I couldn't do
Hey, listen, if Rihanna, if she wasn't married already and wanted to make me a stay at home, whatever she wanted me to be, I volunteer. Like
Bro, I be washing dishes every day. What you
all
talking about?
day,
Vacuuming floors. I done have her
bruh.
something catered when she came home because I ain't cooking. Not she got that much money. I ain't cooking nothing. But I had
I
something
mean, there's a
catered.
point. I would be like, I mean, yeah, I don't want to be no stay home, but like, there's a point where if the economics is so crazy, I'm talking like crazy, like in the bees. Yeah, like what am I working for?
Oh, that's a different ball game.
But if she's a billionaire,
Well,
Hold
that's
she
what we're
ain't gonna be
saying.
working
That's
every
what
day.
we're
on. I'm
saying.
speaking from like, but
Every
no,
day's a vacation.
I thought you were saying this is someone you knew, and she's the breadwinner. She's in the B's, or is she in the M's? I don't know.
She
I'm
was in the
just
she
going.
was in the she was in the M's
That's still different. That's
What?
still different. In the
because like
M's.
yeah, she was
Yeah,
in the
I'm
M's. Like
staying at home. I'm taking care of these fucking kids. Like I'm excuse my language, but yeah, man, like bro, I thought we were talking about people making good money. Like what I mean?
What?
Like
But
yeah.
women
So
women will stay home for a husband who's not even making six
I
figures.
know, I know,
And y'all talk about
say it
M's.
again. Which is
I said
but
women will stay
what you say?
home and their husband doesn't even make six figures. And you all are talking about millions of dollars.
I can tell
I
you right
think,
now,
I didn't know we
it's
were talking millions.
there's very few women who are going to be happy going to work every day, and they man stay at home taking care of the kids. Yeah, I just can't see a dynamic like that just working out
but
at
but
all.
but 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 Glenn, what if home is tight? Kids are doing well. The food, dinner, breakfast, all kinds of stuff is
She
good.
has to be
And
making so
and
much that we are living comfortably without my
and
income.
and Glenn, you can use your hands. You got the house. You fixing up the house. You got everything like straight. Like it's not even. You actually might be a better home person than she is because you got other skills.
Again, she'd have to be making so much. We'd have to be so comfortable that money wasn't an issue. Because after a while, if a woman is working to take care of the household, right, and she gets stressed out or whatever, she gonna first thing she gonna do is look at you with that stink face and be like, "What do you bring to the table?" And you can
Eventually,
hit her with, "I'm taking care of the kids," but now what kind of money? You ain't working. Like taking care of the kids is work. Taking care of this house is work. Type. So you know what I'm saying? Like I can't see
hmm
that
And it
dynamic
probably
working.
depends the kind of career, she has that's bringing in that kind of money because it could be one of those things that's rewarding. Well, I'm going, I am going to work. I'm making all this money and I can provide for my family. So if you want to stay home, it's like maybe takes the burden off of her, right? Where it just eases her mind about life and things like that. So it's easier, but it's not to where like I'm going to work and I am making good money, but like I'm coming home and nothing's taken care of, and I don't have like a meal cooked or this and that. So I think it just depends on that dynamic too.
I I
I'm
do
not
think
gonna
you know.
lie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Marie.
Yeah, I'm not taking care of no man. I'm not doing that.
Ding
Like,
ding ding.
Hey,
that's
Marie,
no.
I'm not either. I'm not either. I'm just gonna put that out there. So I'm just not doing it.
He don't have to make more than me, but I'm not just nah. You gotta have a job. You have to have some kind of business.
There it
Yeah.
is. It's
But
still,
but that's you, Marie. Like CeeLo said, what if there's a woman out there that doesn't want her man to work and stay home and take care of the kids because she went to school and she got her degree, right?
She gonna be
Because
paying a
more
lot in
women are getting their
alimony.
degrees than men nowadays, right? She gonna have to what?
I said she gonna be paying a lot in alimony.
Mm-mm.
look at that. I think
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Silo.
didn't
What
Cardi
about?
B didn't Cardi B have
Go
to
ahead.
pay off Offset? Hey man, listen,
What
listen.
about an instance where, okay, I go to work, right, and I bring money, I make good money, but my husband, like, say he was like ex-military, and he has, all these supplemental income, right, and
Benefits.
so and he stays home with the kids. What about like that?
He still has income.
Yeah, he still has income, but essentially, he's not making as much as you.
No, I can if he can make less. He just has to do something. He can be retired. But he cannot not have any form of income. That is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, that's a no for me either.
But at the same time, I would never feel comfortable not working.
What if
You
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 was
you into
a
you personally?
Me
multi-millionaire,
personally, I would never,
Marie?
ever put that level of trust
Marie, what if
in
you was a
anyone.
multi-millionaire? You only had to go to work a couple hours a day. Y'all never wanted for anything. You still
He
would make him go to
he's
work?
if wait, who's the multimillionaire? Me or
You,
him?
you're the multi-millionaire. You only work 8 hours a week, um, and he's not bringing any money in. But y'all don't need money because
Is
you're
he
rich.
is he a coach? Is he volunteering? He got some kind
He
of
is
like
your house husband.
something. He
He's
has to
a
have
house
something
husband.
going. No, like he has to have something going on for himself.
He
Something.
got a book club with his other house husbands in the neighborhood.
Nah, it has to be something. No,
Marisa, you got to
No,
do something. You ain't about to sit
something.
around this house doing nothing.
you sound like a mom and her teenage son.
You said you got
Well,
to do
my
Just
daughter
something.
works.
graduated from college. Talking about
Yeah.
you gonna get a job, boy. You ain't just gonna sit up in here.
You ain't
I'm
sitting up
going
No.
in
through it
here.
right now, Glenn. I'm going through it right now.
No. See, I'm not. I guess I can't even think rich
But
because I'm not
Marie,
rich.
filthy rich. You don't want for anything. You basically go to work 8 hours a week just to show your face to all your directors. And then when you come home, you chill with your hubby all day. You what if you don't want to go to
We
work because
might
you
be
don't want it,
moving
you
to
want
that
it
world.
always easily accessible to you.
We got a lot of young men streaming right now. They might be stay at home dads.
But
But
they're bringing in income though.
income.
We're
Yeah.
talking about a deadbeat ass dad.
These young people gonna figure it out.
I think to your point, Brandon, I think the world's gonna look a lot different in 15 years when
Yeah.
these streamers are starting to like, transition to like, on some like husband, wife, family type stuff.
Mhm.
That's gonna look a whole lot different, bro. You're gonna have people at home making money from their laptops or whatever device is gonna be in the future. Um, yeah, bro, you're right. It's gonna be. I think the world gonna look a lot different in about a decade with the AI and everything. Yeah, yeah. The gender thing gonna be it's gonna be a different conversation. It's gonna be like if you're not streaming, you whack. You ain't got at least 20,000 followers. What you doing?
What you doing? You might as well go to the
Right.
factory. That's the only be the only jobs left. AI is gonna take over everything else.
Listen, but hey, man, yeah. So
Steph Curry hurt already?
Yeah,
Oh no!
they
Let me
going
turn the
to the
game.
back.
I gotta turn the game on.
Hey, CeeLo, I know we're probably gonna wrap up soon, but can we like touch on the Jersey thing for just a little bit?
The jersey, what jersey? What jersey
The
thing?
the jerseys that came out today.
Oh, Commanders jerseys.
Yes.
He's in
How
New
you?
Jersey.
I got back. I just got back. I just got back.
Because
What you got back?
here's what I got to say about it. Because I saw a post
Go.
about how they've changed the jersey and there's no consistency, whatever, whatnot, right? And you can have like three or 10 variation colors of Jaden Daniels jersey, right? And people are
Hmm.
upset kind of about that. I guess I'm a little different. First of all, I like the jerseys. I love the black one. I love the burgundy. I just love them all. I do. I kind of don't mind the variety, right? Because that's the female in me where, you just want different colors of everything, right? Like you go to a game, do you wear the same jersey every time? No, now you got a variety. It doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or, now. It's like a variety. Like I was looking at like the black one and I really like that Sean Taylor one. And I have like I don't know how many colors of the Sean Taylor jersey. So I kind of like them. I have no issues with it. I don't know how everybody else feels about it.
No, I like the jerseys. How y'all? I know Marie. What you think? I know you wasn't a big
So
fan.
it's more so the merch, like the T-shirt and the hat with the W with the spear. I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to buy that.
I don't think I've
Nah.
seen too much of the merch. I think I've seen a couple of hats.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was.
I saw the shirt. I wouldn't buy that.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not my style. So I'll stick to. I don't wear jerseys. I usually wear like sweatshirts and like the T-shirts and stuff like that to the game. So I'm not going to buy a T-shirt with a big ass W with a spear going through it.
Okay. No, I'm with you, Riri. I'm cool with the jerseys and the colors and the. I mean, they essentially brought back the Super Bowl era uniforms, with the glossy helmets, and they made the black uniforms with the. Yeah, I get it. I like all the changes. I'm not, and I don't think that's being a homer. I think it's actually I think they solid. I think they solid.
Yeah, nah, a lot of national people like them. You know what I mean? Okay
Yeah.
now. Let's go get some daggone wins.
I know, right?
That's
Like we're
what.
gonna look good.
There
Let's
it
go
Let's
win.
get
is.
Let's
some.
go
Hey,
win.
I
Let's
say
get
that
some
too
wins.
all the time. Look, I don't care what their name is, what kind of jersey. I just want to win, okay? If
Riri,
whatever name takes us to a Super Bowl, whatever jersey does, I don't care. Let's go.
listen, we changed the uniforms every year for the last 4 years. So I don't care. Just win me some games. Okay. The Spears cute and all that. Win some games. Take me back to the NFC Championship. Get me excited all over again. Like, and then I'll care about the jersey. But until then, I don't care. Well,
Nah, you're right. All right, well then now y'all gotta go buy that merch. Drop that 200.
feel me?
No, they're getting enough for my season tickets. I'm good.
I'm gonna need a JD5 and whoever we
Hey,
draft.
hey, CeeLo, we don't have season tickets this year, so we can go get some merch.
You're
That
right.
part. That part. Hey, listen, I'm saving up for week one. That's it.
Me too, Glenn, me
My
too.
my
I don't know
payment
what they
came out
talking about.
today.
Hey, CeeLo, I was gonna get with you too. Let me know. I know you're going to week one. I'll see who. Well, I was gonna get with you to see who you take it, and if not, maybe just get some seats together.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm
because
with
you
it.
know he got it. Never mind. Shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's what I
We on
said.
live.
Yeah,
We live.
Y'all gotta relax. When on that note, uh nah, so appreciate y'all, man. It was a good convo. It wasn't
Yes,
too
sir.
crazy. Um we got more to, got some stuff to work on as a society. So it's all good. What you got going on this week, Riri? After this, you got a long week.
it's just been a long week with this project. It's still going into next week. So right now I'm going in 6, but at least I get off at 3. So I don't have to fight traffic on my way home. So that's kind of what's going on.
That's what's up. Okay. Marie?
Well, I am currently having my bathroom renovated and I am excited. So I will not be doing anything this money because this is about to cost me thousands of dollars. Well, I'll be in the house.
Speaking of money, it's April 15th. You ain't already did your taxes. Good luck. Good luck with
Go
that.
online and file your extension. It takes 5 minutes.
You gonna get that extension. Glenn, what it do? What's going on?
Man, I will be in North Carolina this weekend working on leveling this house, taking it
Oh,
sunk
North
down in
Carolina.
the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to say, Marie, you're lucky you started talking about civil rights movement and skirted out of the conversation of why men are better than women in sports. We'll get to that next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't forget to catch Glenn and Spaces 10:30 Eastern, almost every day, or Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Wake and Bake. Check it out. All things Commanders, and we touched on other stuff too. But it's a good listen if if you want to chop it up. And then Brandon, what's up? What you got?
Hey man, nah, just take away from today's space, man. Um, just know your worth, no matter what space you in. That's my takeaway from today, man. Catch y'all next week.
Well said. Catch Brandon, Deuce, Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Riddle Radio. Good listen. Talking mostly Commanders now with the draft coming up. So check them out. Also a good listen. Every morning, 8 to 10. I'm sorry, I
Oh,
said Monday,
matter
Wednesday,
of fact,
Thursday, 8 to 10.
I ain't gonna be here next Wednesday. I see the premiere of Michael. I see the premiere of
Here we
Michael
go.
next Wednesday. So yeah, I ain't gonna be able to be here next week.
I
Hey
got
man,
you. I
that might
got
be
you.
worth a good skip work day and go to the matinee and check that out. I might pull Smokey next week too. I might go
Y'all
check
give
that
me
out.
that intel once you see it. Let me know before I go and go to that.
I'm
That's if I
definitely
can
going to
get
go see
tickets,
it.
bro. If I can get tickets, I'll go.
Let me know.
Definitely going
I'm
to go
not
see that.
I'm not sure how I feel about going, but I'm open. I'm open to it.
The part that I'm worried about is singing along the whole movie. Like it's
Oh,
gonna
it's
be
definitely gonna be like that.
somebody
It's
got
definitely
to
You
gonna
gonna
be
be
like
throwing your
that. And
popcorn at people, Smokey?
oh
Shut up.
wait, and all the outfits you gotta do with the outfits, the singing, everything.
I'm like, man.
See,
Bro.
you got to deal with that in DC. I ain't got to deal with all that crazy stuff out
Yo, Glenn, that Barbie movie came out. I was like, wait a minute.
here. See,
Ma'am,
you
you are
got to
40
deal with
years
that. Like,
old.
y'all, bro, DC's a different character. We
I
good
didn't
down
know.
at the beach.
I
The
didn't
most you
know.
gonna
All
see
the
is
pink.
people might wearing Michael Jackson zipper jacket. That's about it. They ain't gonna get all crazy with sunglasses and Jerry curl and all. You ain't gonna see all that.
Oh, that red zipper jacket is
Right.
classic.
The high waters with
Oh,
the with the sequin socks.
Nah, we ain't Hollywood down here. We beach people. We beach bums.
hey, Deuce, you there?
Nope.
All
Well, if
right.
he's listening, hey Deuce, you missed my space on Saturday. It was dedicated to you. It was Red Zone brunch slash, oh, it was Red Zone slash yard brunch, but he didn't show up. But it's cool. Maybe this weekend.
He was too busy doing yard work.
That part.
He was cutting the grass, making it all nice with the cross cut, you know.
All right, y'all. So, all right, man. So, see y'all next time. Probably might skip next week because of the draft. And so, either way, good talking to y'all as usual. Have a good one, bro.
All right,
Later.
peace
All
out.
right,
Bye.
peace.